Well, hey there. How are you? How have you been? Did you have a good holiday break? I hope you did. I hope you, if you worked, I hope you made a lot of money. If you like to eat, I hope you ate all your favorite foods. If you, asked for stuff, I hope you got it. I hope you got other people's stuff that they maybe wanted as well. And I hope you had a chance to recharge your batteries and get ready for another semester of college writing, of college composition 2 in this case. So I'm Steve. I think just about all of you should know that already, but in case you forgot or in case I'm missing someone, yeah, I'm Steve. This is our class. I'm very excited to begin our work together. Here we are, the semester's stretched out in front of us like a runway at an airport, and hopefully, much like a plane, it's the first bad metaphor of the semester, we gain speed as we go on, and by speed I guess I mean we acquire skills and deepen our understandings of key concepts. So this screencast, which is probably going to be a two-parter if I know myself as well as I think I do, uh, by all means take breaks, don't watch it all at once. The latest research that I've read says that students can follow a screencast. They check out at about 2 minutes, and they check out at around 6 minutes. And so these go about 15 minutes at a time. So if you want to take breaks in the middle, or however you want to digest them, as long as you just make your way through all of them, because what I have to say is meant to supplement all the things that I've written, and some of the stuff is important that you hear it out loud as well as read the text of it. So what can I tell you about College Comp 2? We are encouraged departmentally, more or less, to develop a theme for College Comp 2. There's a real trend in my field to have thematic entire semesters, and this is going to be my sort of interpretation of that. I won't say it's an edict because I have a little more academic freedom than that, but it's something close to have a theme. So I'm going to install a theme into this class, but I'm going to let you pretty much at any time step away from that theme and kind of pursue your own interests. That's going to make a little more work for you, and more work for me for sure, but I'm cool with it if you're cool with it. So what is my theme going to be? Personal digital technology. So I have to ask myself, what do we all have in common? And I tell you, not to bore you with old people stories, but 20 years ago, that was a much easier question because we were all watching the same TV shows. We were all more or less listening to the same sorts of music, or like the more popular genres of music. And that's just not true anymore. I mean, that predates most of your lives. We all go down, there's no such thing as a monoculture anymore. That's really what I'm talking about, is monoculture, where we all kind of encounter the same artifacts the same way. We just, you know what you do. You got your own rabbit holes that you go down, your own niches that you explore digitally. So I have to ask myself, what do we all have enough in common? What do we all sort of do or participate in? And so one path I consider going down with this theme is food, because got to eat, right? Everybody's got to eat. Some people think, deeply about what they eat. Some really don't, but we all have some perspective on it. We all eat at places, we all eat food, right? And so that was one thought I had, and that'd be fine, but I guess I went with personal digital technology, because I think there's just a little bit more of, I don't know, an academic inquiry sort of edge to it. So for this class, I'm going to be talking about these things, basically cell phones, your tablets, gaming devices, there's a typo, smartwatches, and so on. So all my assignments are basically going to stem from the assumption that you want to operate under my thematic suggestion, but that's not necessarily, that doesn't have to be true. If you want to pursue something else that is in a similar vein, all you ever have to do, I'll get big again, all you ever have to do is send me an email and sort of initiate a conversation with me about what you'd like to study, what you'd like to conduct your research on. And I'm 99.999% of the time going to allow you to write on whatever you'd like, as long as it kind of sort of passes the academic kind of smell test, right? It's got to appeal to certain intellectual pursuits, and there are ways to make anything an intellectual pursuit, and that's sort of one of my, I think, many jobs as your professor, to make any topic suitable. But as long as you're sort of open-minded to my suggestions, I'll be open-minded to your suggestions. Deal? Deal. Okay. So what makes College Comp 2 different from College Comp 1? In 2 words, it's this. It's primary research. You are going to be, more often than not, the researcher. You get to see for yourself. And I'll probably at a later date have something a little more to say about the value of primary research, but all the sources that you used in college composition, those were all secondary sources, right? They were sources that someone else kind of collected the data or crunched the numbers or provided their expert perspective. Well, now that's your job this semester for the most part, okay? And so your goal is going to be to use predictable research instruments such as surveys, questionnaires, observation notes, interview transcripts, and you're going to collect that data, and then you're going to use it to build an argument. And that's going to be the other really important part. Some of you, especially last semester, got away with kind of not quite being as argumentative as you maybe needed to be. That's definitely the bar's even higher this semester, that you have to be argumentative in nature. Okay, so what else can I tell you? I think maybe this first screencast is just going to be kind of a general overview of the class. Hopefully you know this already, but this is an important policy of mine. I don't need my workflow in my email bogged down by students asking questions that I've already answered somewhere in my materials. So you're welcome to, most of you know this already, but you're welcome to send me any questions that you have about our work together. All I ask is that you make sure you check everywhere first before you consult me with a question that's, when is such and such a date due, or how long does this assignment need to be? I try to put that information in places for you to find already, so that we don't have to slow down each other's lives with unnecessary email. So I ask that you continue that to honor that policy. Many of you were great about that last semester. A couple of you were not. All right, now let's see. Just a couple of things that I want to say out loud that are worth pointing out. Can I get big and move? Can I move this? All right, yes I can. All right, just because I think this is sort of like, some of this is like bad news, sorts of perspectives. Let's see. Oh, maybe I can't. Oh, I can't. Now you learn something every day. All right. So as my schedule stands right now, at the time of this recording, I teach face-to-face on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. It's like 9 a.m. to like noon. I will be in a classroom with my face-to-face students. So I like to get back to your emails as quickly as humanly possible. If it takes a little longer on a Tuesday or a Thursday, I hope you'll understand. There's really very little I can do about it, because that time is devoted to my face-to-face students. Okay, I made some classroom visits in the fall semester, and I would be happy to make them again. If you have any questions, or if there's sort of a group freak out about something or other, I can come, assuage that freak out. I would be happy to make another classroom visit. I really do like seeing you all in person, because it helps. You're going to see my face more than you need to, but I like seeing your faces. I like kind of getting a read on you, and those sort of soft skills, interpersonal ways that are just so hard to replicate in online settings. So have your teacher reach out to me. I can set up a time. As long as it's not a Tuesday or Thursday, I can, with enough notice, I can make most things work. Okay, so those are kind of just interesting facts, but this is something that's a little more on you. Okay. You really need to make sure you see yourself as a Stark State student and as an online student. That's tough, with given the makeup of our classes and where you currently are, probably while you're watching this. But don't let those sort of dual identities, the school you're in versus the school I'm in, let's not let those get in the way of our progress this semester. Okay, so this is a spring semester, so chances are we may have a snow day or two. Inclement weather cancellations do not affect our progress in this class. When you signed up to take this class, you basically agreed to have a computer and internet access to that computer, as a component of your enrollment. So snow days shouldn't slow us down at all. Okay. Let's see. Chances are your school's spring break dates are going to be different than my spring break dates. So this is a Stark State class, so you have to honor, the March 10th to the 18th one. So go ahead and put that in your calendar if you got a calendar. All right. I know, college visits and sports and other, obligations can definitely ramp up a bit in the spring. This is not the first time I've taught college Comp 2 in a spring semester to high school students. And so just heads up, if you're traveling or if you're taking a vacation or whatever, none of that stuff comes to bear. Either your work is turned in and on time or it's not. Right. Okay. Let's see. We got some seniors, we got some juniors. I'm not going to care about your senioritis, or if you just have sort of end of the year ennui, right? There's your word for the day, ennui. Go ahead, look it up. So I'm not going to care. Either you're turning your work in or you're not. All right, Google Chrome is your browser, if that's possible. It is your best bet. I know many of you are working from Chromebooks, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. All right, so let me take 5 minutes here and just talk big picture, supplemental stuff, like what is this class going to look like? If this will load. I'm going to take a pause and take a drink of coffee. All right, and we're back. Let's see, can I make this bigger and less fuzzy? I hope so. This is a Word document. I've just not figured out a way to do columns in Google Docs yet. I don't think I really need to belabor a lot of these points, but this is a college class. You need to have access to technology. You already got an idea of the work involved in online courses. Most of you are pretty darn respectful when it comes to emails, so I'm not going to repeat any of these because I think we got a pretty good feel for each other, right? So let's just build on those and make them even better. Let's see. So you need Google Drive, grading and feedback. I have dozens and dozens of you, well over 130. I can't do extensions. I got honor due dates. Okay, so what can I tell you about the class itself? So first essay is going to be an observation essay. So you're going to go to a location, or you're going to observe a group, and you're going to take notes and observe what you see about them. Now, I'm going to teach it from a how do they use technology perspective, and I'll have more to say on that probably in the second one of these screencasts. But you're going to observe people's use of something. Technology, eye contact, how they eat their food, whatever. And you're going to, from your own observation notes, you're going to draw a meaningful conclusion based on what you yourself have observed. So you're going to be your own research. Pretty cool, right? So you have an observation essay. And then again, I'm going to probably change the name of this one because it's going to be an immersive research experience. I call it the digital Sabbath here because that's the kind of the tech angle of it. But the second essay is going to be like, you're going to immerse yourself in some other form of lifestyle. You're going to deny yourself something, or you're going to add something to your life. It's going to be like addition or subtraction. So the digital Sabbath assignment is basically you cut off all digital technology for like a 24-hour period to see what that absence leads you. Now you'll study yourself and like how often you use how often you check your phone, how much you're on a screen in a day. The average is like 9-10 hours. And so if you pull that, if you pull that away and out of your life and you have 9 or 10 extra hours to fill up your day with, well, what does that tell you about what you filled your day up with otherwise? And maybe what did you fill your day, that digital Sabbath day up with? What does it say about you? I really like this assignment. I hope you'll try it. But you want to be a vegan for a week, you want to, I don't know, participate, you want to play a video game every day for a week or stop playing video games, I'll be wide open to that one. It's participatory journalism, more or less. All right, you'll write a reflection at the end of the semester. No need to talk about that. Your research essay will be 7+ pages long this semester, and it'll be on a topic of interest to you. You will go out and locate secondary sources. You will also incorporate primary sources for it. The multimodal project is collaborative in nature, so in groups of 3 to 5, you'll create a digital experience. It'll come at the end of the semester. The semester should feel pretty familiar from last semester in terms of how I sequence them, and that's by design, so you feel comfortable with how we go about things. Reader responses are going to look pretty familiar to you. One of the bigger new things is the invention journal. You'll do 10 of them this semester. I think one of them actually counts as 2, so you'll do 9 altogether, but they'll count for 10 invention journal grades. And they're basically like assignment prep documents. They're meant to get you making positive progress towards whatever assignments we're working on. So you'll have one due. You have one due this week. So you'll do peer review, and you'll do brainstorming, and you'll do discussion posts. Those should all feel pretty familiar. I don't depart too radically from what I've done in previous semesters. So if you've had me before, you'll know what you're getting into. And if you haven't had me before for any reason, you'll get the hang of it quickly, I promise. And I don't know if I have to go over much of this stuff. Be good online. Be smart when you contact me. Be nice when you contact me. Don't turn in things late. Be respectful. Don't waste anyone's time. And I really do. I'm going to take up this last minute here of this first screencast to tell you that I do. I want you to succeed in this class. I want you to become a sharper writer. I want you to become a sharper thinker. I've been teaching writing for lots of years, and it's the most rewarding part of my job is how much I get to watch students grow and develop as, not just writers, that's important, but thinkers as well. So you can expect me to challenge you on a sort of a cognitive, a thought level, and a sort of a skills-based, like writing and citation and that sort of thing level as well. So I'm really looking forward to working with you again this semester, and I hope this screencast finds you well. If you have any questions, please reach out. Thanks.